Hello there, and once again, this is Anton from Anton Bay, and the last time I touched on some Ex-Mutants, I was looking at Amazing Comics, which is a rare comic company there. I did find another issue of that. This goes on to when they were being published by Pied Piper, which I don't have very much of at all. And then I have the New Humans by Pied Piper. I have a couple issues of that. These are very difficult to find. And they are way off in the weeds, and that's why I love them. And as I said, they were originally published, from what I can find, by Amazing Comics. Then they went to Pied Piper Comics, and then finally to, well, not finally, then they went to Eternity Comics, where they expanded the most, and then it was on to Malibu Comics. Now, the New Humans is just a spinoff from the Ex-Mutants, which, as I said in the last video, if you've ever played the Sega Genesis video game, that's where I heard about them. I don't know that I've ever heard of them from anywhere else before that. And it was from there that I found out they were a comic book and started to track a few down. However, the Pied Pipers and the Amazing comic versions of them are extremely difficult to find and very, very rare. There is an explanation. And there, they actually lay it out, some of their publishing stuff. Yeah, looks like they took a different job with a different company, got something else published. So now they're Pied Piper. I don't know that there's a whole lot of difference. The art looks a little bit lighter hearted. Like I said, they were a little more lighthearted, it seemed like, with every publishing, until they were almost goofy when they were published by Malibu. Still very dark stories, but it is what it is. All of it is extremely 80s. And I really just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea that it existed, what it looks like, what the contents are. It's basically a post-apocalypse world full of mutants, and they keep trying to turn people back into humans to be heroes, which I guess makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense now that I think of it. Either way, it's what it is. It's a grim, mutated post-apocalypse world. And the team that exists originally in Amazing and Pied Piper is not the same team that exists when it gets to Eternity Comics. And I believe the team changes once more when it gets to Malibu. Mostly because key members just keep dying, and sometimes the entire team will die, or be struck down, or reprocessed in their mutated forms. So it's kind of dark. Leading the way in graphic entertainment. Are they? Were they really? I do love that logo. Oh my goodness. That is the Pied Piper logo. I gotta give that thing mad props. There's their superheroes behind them. You can clearly see some of the Ex-Mutants and some of the New Humans. So that's pretty cool. I did not know that that was their logo or their splash page on the back, but that's very cool. I like that. Next, we got the New Humans #2. This one cross-eyed guy keeps cracking me up. I don't know if he was deliberately, I mean, I'm sure he was deliberately drawn cross-eyed and kind of goofy looking, but man, her hair just keeps getting bigger with every issue. And it looks like it gets a little bit goofier, I'm guessing, so that it is a little more lighthearted. As I've said, the series does struggle with that balance, I think, because it is extremely grim. Most often the plot and the story is, though they try to make it fun, it's undeniably a very grim, dark future that they're all living in. So it's kind of a weird combo of comedy, lightheartedness in the midst of extremely gruesome surroundings. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know how well it works with this. But it's what they were shooting for anyway. The trick that never works. Attention retailers, come sell Pied Piper comics. It's a cute logo they had. So that was the New Humans. We'll get back to the Ex-Mutants. This is an amazing comic. So this one's a little bit older. I just located it recently and I didn't know I had it. I did want to show it off because I think the art in it is better than it is later. Or it's at least better than the New Humans art. I mean, some of this stuff is really, really good. It's harder for black and white to be super, super dynamic. That's funny. As I've said, the original plot of them was that they would populate the world, repopulate. That's why there's 1 male and 4 females. That doesn't ever happen. And I think the team is killed before anybody actually procreates. But it is kind of a running gag. Fantastic looking art, fantastic looking stuff. I love the shapes of these panels, big jagged things. Looks very, very good. Big dynamic fight without a whole lot of dialogue. Still carrying on. Did a good job of keeping that moving. I appreciate that. Back to a little bit more standard. It's never good when they got babies. Something always bad happens. Pied Piper Press. Wishes, Dreams, and Fantasies portfolio. Interesting. They were really trying to get their company started. Some of this is always sad because, you know, you see these companies and they had so much hope and then you never hear of them again, and that kind of tells you that it didn't maybe go the way they wanted. This book has a staple that's way off, and I have a feeling that is going to wreak havoc with the flip through, but we'll see. Weird font to type in, but great art. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Looks like it's made slightly differently. And as I've said before, these are in the Malibu version, and if you've ever heard of them before, they were probably brought to life and made by Dr. Kildare, a giant robot guy. And in this, they are made by this guy with the 3 eyes. And we have some sort of flashback with Groucho Marx to a world long forgotten. And the kid is mutating with the eye in his forehead. Yeah, when everyone mutated, it was an ugly thing, and it stayed an ugly thing. And that's why they tried to bring humanity back. Just because it's better. Looks like we're getting some classics brought into there. I see Betty Boop, Popeye, Laurel and Hardy, the Marx Brothers. I'm not sure who that guy is. This gives me a little bit of a Cerebus nod to Cerebus whenever I see Groucho Marx in a comic book. I always think of Cerebus because they did that so well. Lots going on, lots of good art. I am very impressed with the way he managed to swing most of the black and white stuff. I think it looks better than some. That one staple actually did not throw me off at all, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, that is it. That is the Ex-Mutants and the New Humans. And as I said before, these are rare books. They are hard to find, hard to get a hold of. Probably not exceedingly valuable, just low print runs that were difficult to get your hands on. So if you do see them out there in a dollar bin or on a rack somewhere, or at a good price on an eBay auction, why don't you buy them, give them a shot? It's worth doing. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.